Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another podcast. Book review, Illusions of Happiness. And this book is by a brother named Sincere Jones, right? Of Divine Lit Publishing. And I'm going to tell you what, he sent me a copy of this, wanted me to check it out. And I'm going to say I really like the book because one of the things he said was many of the things that I discuss in my podcast, he addresses in this book. Now, this book is fiction now. This book is fiction. But sometimes the best way to get out a point is not through just directly telling them, but rather telling people in the story. And there's actually, for people familiar with my Deep Thought channel, I would say there's some metaphysics behind that, because when you tell something in a story or present a principle in a story, it actually goes into their subconscious a little bit better. That's the meaning of the different mythologies of the world, the different stories of the different religions of the world, the different lessons. Just like for the Christians, people, Jesus, the master teacher, Jesus taught people through parables. So it's a lot of times you can explain something to somebody through stories. Stories are very important. And stories like this are important. I mean, let me read the back of this book, let you know what it's about. Now, the main character, Anquan, is a man in his 20s, decides to separate from his wife, Janessa, after 2 years of marriage. The reason for doing so is simple. He isn't happy. Can you blame him? It isn't what he envisioned for his life. Anquan begins to test the dating market in search of what he believes is an ideal mate, a younger, more attractive woman. Children are grounds for automatic disqualification. Armed with his two chauvinistic and womanizer friends, he begins his quest, but quickly discovers that finding his dream wife isn't easy and that he doesn't fit the criteria of the females he's attracted to. Feeling dejected and confused, he begins to question if leaving Janessa was the right decision and contemplates on if he should go back to her before it's too late. And, the rest of the description describes this book as an entertaining tale that explores the difference between loving someone and being in love, and tackles rejection and loneliness while simultaneously addressing real-world issues pertaining to men and women's perception of an ideal mate. Boom. Now, anybody who follows my stuff know I talk about, people wearing masks, fantasy figures and everything, and this is right online with it. Just from the first page, you can really relate to this young brother. Now, the young brother, he ain't, he's actually a typical nice guy. Typical nice guy trying to do the right thing. And is a real person. This ain't no one of those cats who know what to say all the time or do. And when I say he's a real guy, he's working. He's like a lot of men who follow my channel or follow a lot of these channels, right? So, I could relate to it in that way. And, of course, he had, some player types as friends. And, the stuff they were doing, I was like, yeah. So I was like, yeah, he really getting into it. And then especially, I'm not going to tell you the story blow by blow, because I want y'all to go out and buy the book, right? I want y'all to go buy the book. And it's in the link for it is in the description box. The Amazon link is in the description box, as well as the brother's Instagram and his Facebook page. But you know what? I really like his depiction of different type, not just the men, but different types of women and different relationship dynamics. And that's what made it interesting. Now, I didn't ask the brother if this was real life or anything, his story. And, it's easy to assume it might be. I'm not going to say, I'm not sure, I'm not going to ask, because it is a great story. And, it's a real thing, somebody going through some stuff. And, I really enjoyed it. And you know what? One of the things, too, we need to also support men, black men in particular, who are writing fiction of this sort. Because someone would say, well, that's just fiction and everything. But keep in mind, a lot of us, we come on here, we watch videos, talking about what women are doing, especially black women are doing. But a lot of the stuff that they're doing is in the fiction. It's influenced by it, But you also have solutions in there. Because one of the things I liked about it too, and I'm not giving away the ending, but you saw as the main character Anquan, he fought his battles, and he had his setbacks, but he also had his lessons, and he had his things that he grew from, and that was the thing. It was a real story. It was something that anybody can relate to. Anybody could say, hey, yeah, I went through that, or you had relationship issues, a lot of relationship issues. Any man who is in the quote unquote game will recognize. In fact, it's no way, unless you're a man, especially a black man, who just totally, you managed to get through like childhood to adulthood and not do any interaction with women. That's the only way you can't recognize yourself somewhere in here. There's going to be some instance in the book, maybe even some of the characters that you're going to relate to. You're going to be like, yeah, I've been there. Yeah, I've been there. So it's very relatable. It's very relatable. The guys aren't, because I've seen some books where the brothers are damn near Superman. The brothers are damn near Superman. I think about Sister Soldier's Midnight character. I actually like the character, but let's be real, that dude's like a Superman, And I've seen that in some other books too. But this book, the dude is just, regular guy. Regular guy, regular character. Any male reader, black male readers especially, will be able to relate. So, I give it 2 thumbs up. And I highly recommend it. Right, so like I said, the link to purchase it is in the description box. Read the book, leave a review, and follow the brother on Instagram. And I believe this is his debut novel, and he has a promising start. I look forward to future books from this young brother. All right, so anyway, that's it for now. Go check out Illusions of Happiness, and I'll get back with y'all later. Peace.